questions and answer time. Finally got round to answering your questions you put in, guys. There was one question that touched on airfares, so if you want a little bit more information or some tips on how to get cheap airfares, especially to Thailand and Laos, hang around. I'll be giving you more information about that later on. How's that for a bathtub? That's what they call the bogey hole. And in high seas, you'll get down there and hang on to these chains. Where's my finger? There's my finger. You can see chains along there, and let the waves come up over and just smash you into the pool. Great fun. Here comes some nice waves. The sea's not too rough today, so piss poor effort. Hope I get these questions right, because I've left my bloody phone in the car. The first question I got, his name is Twin Jalanagraha. I think I got that right. And he's asked me how I come to be in Laos. Am I retired or am I still actively working? I'll answer the first part, how I came to be in Laos. I'm not actually in Laos full time. Just over 4 years ago, I travelled to Laos to meet Nini, and the rest is history since then. We just kicked it off. I've been using up all my annual leave. I do work full time. Been using up all my annual leave every year to travel over to Laos to visit Nini, and she's been travelling back here as much as possible. So for the 3 and a bit years we've been travelling backwards and forth to see each other. All the footage that you guys do see is just from my holidays over there. You know, 3-4 weeks of a shit ton of footage that I do take can turn into 2, 3, maybe 4 months of uploads. Yeah, maybe that's where a lot of people have misinterpreted that I am living over there at the moment. As you guys may know, if you don't know, me and Nini, we married last April when she visited here. We had a beautiful beach ceremony down on Nobby's Beach around there. I'll put the link up on the card up here, just up there. Yep. Yeah, but next year I'm having a couple of months off towards the end of the year and be having a traditional Lao wedding then, so I hope to get a lot of footage of that to share what that traditional Lao ceremony is like with you guys. So really looking forward to that. My next trip is in April. I'll be going over there for the Lao New Year, guys. So if you've never experienced a Southeast Asian New Year, there's nothing like it. They are awesome. Yeah, so I hope that's cleared things up for you, Twin. If I've left anything out, it's my own stupid fault for leaving the questions up on my phone in the car. If you want to know anything else, hit us up in the comments. The next question, I'd like to get out the road today. I'm sweating me tits off, guys. I just had a run through that park, and it's a lot of elevation changes and that, and it's steep as hell in places. Really smashed myself, but you don't want to know about that. From Just Another Gamer, he's hit me with the question of what would be my ultimate travel destination, and do I have any more travel plans coming up on where and when. As far as ultimate travel destination, nothing really stands out, dude. Anywhere that you get a real cultural shock, somewhere that's completely alien to what we, you know, in the Western world are used to. Whether it be religion, landscape, weather, customs, you know, anything like that, where you can get off a plane and you look around and you just know you're not in Kansas anymore. Where'd that come from? where you just get off a plane and you know you aren't back home. You know, wherever you look, your eyes are just, you know. So yeah, anywhere like that I'm really interested in. Yes, travel coming up. As I mentioned, going back over to Laos in April. 3 weeks there. The 2 months I'll be back over in Laos for the wedding at the end of the year, and we do plan on traveling to other countries during that time, but I'm going to keep that to myself at the moment. Going to surprise you guys at the time. Who else was there? It was the Johnny Rotten. John, thanks for the comment, mate. I know you've asked this question once before of me, and I've been meaning to do a standalone video of it, because it is something I've really got to research before I do go over there and live. As it stands at the moment, all the information I have, and it hasn't changed in the last few years, not like the visas change in Thailand. There's two main types of visas. That's your tourist visa and your business visa. Tourist being only 1 month, you can get it upon arrival. You just fly in, fill out the form. As long as you got a passport photo, you'll get through. I've even got through without a passport photo. The first time I travelled over there, being a newbie, I was unaware that I needed it, and the dude's just shrugged his shoulders and let me through. Maybe I looked honest. And a 6-month business visa. Both of those can be extended if you have a sponsor over there, you know, with an existing address in the country, and they actually vouch for you, sign for you. You can extend the tourist up to 3 months before having to leave, and then come back through and go through the same process, get it renewed for another 3 months. And you can get the business one extended. The business one, I'm not too sure how long the business one is extended for. I'm just presuming that you just double it to 12 months, but don't quote me on that. I've only ever needed the tourist visa. Being a spouse of a Laotian, they have no laws as it stands at the moment to support spousal visas. So even if you are married to a Laotian, there is no visa to support you. Apparently it's in the works, but it's been in the works for ever since I've known Nini. But as it stands, it's not hard to get the tourist visa, and Vientiane, where Nini lives and I stay when I'm over there, is only 20 minutes to the border and into Nong Khai. You know, you can go in there shopping. They have a lot of big malls and stuff. So you just make a day out of it, cross the border, come back, pay your 30 US and you're back in. Subscriber Sled Dog. I see you fly via KL, Kuala Lumpur, to Bangkok and then get the train. Interested to hear your tips on travel to and from Sydney to Bangkok, Laos, and who I book through, why go via KL, and what the stopover in KL is like. Well, I haven't always gone via KL. What it usually does come down to is just pure and simple cost. You cannot fly from Australia directly into Laos. Air Asia has a route that goes from Sydney to Kuala Lumpur, and then they will fly directly into Vientiane or Bangkok. I think the video you're relating to, Sled Dog, was my last trip over there when I went with my mother, and we went from Sydney to Kuala Lumpur to Bangkok, then caught the train. That was purely because I was on a vacation with my mother and she had never been to Bangkok, so we stayed there a night and I just showed her around the city and things like that, and then caught the train up just to break the flying up. If you've never caught the train up to Udon Thani, man, the overnight train, I'd give it a shot. You know, it's $30 a person. So, you know, you go to bed for the night. It usually leaves around 8:30 from Kuala Lumpur station in Bangkok. But yeah, going via KL is just booking through Air Asia. You know, I have, and it is a big difference in price. Yesterday I just booked tickets for my next flight to Laos, and I was looking at Thai Airways from Sydney to Bangkok and then into Vientiane, and it was going to cost me about $1,050 return. The tickets I bought yesterday cost me just a few dollars over $600 return. What's their layover like? Kuala Lumpur is a stopover, probably one of the better transit lounges I've stayed in. Good cafes and good restaurants, and they've actually got a large movie lounge that plays English speaking movies with you know, lots of comfortable chairs and a large carpeted area where you can just lay down on the floor and go to sleep for a while if you wanted to. Another tip in booking tickets, guys, if you can, the best way to get the cheapest tickets, do not book through anybody. Get online, do it yourself. It's as it's as easy as buying a movie ticket online or a concert ticket. You know, it just steps you through it, and as long as you look at the dates and times and make sure you got them correctly, you can't go wrong. And best time to book is stay away from Fridays and Saturdays. You know, I always take the Friday off work when I'm applying for leave, so I can leave on the Thursday. You know, you can save yourself $30 to $50 just in those days difference. You know, flying out on a Thursday is much cheaper than flying out on a Friday. You know, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are the cheapest days I've found midweek, because everybody's trying to get away for the weekend, you know, flying out or flying back in. Yeah, so the major point there, Sled Dog, is I booked through Air Asia. I go directly to their site. What I'll do, I'll put the Air Asia sales site in the description box. I'll put a link there just so you can check it out. A few months out is the ideal time to do it. You know, 3 to 4 or 5 months away from when you know you're going. And for a few weeks prior to actually purchasing the ticket, I will get on and offline, just checking out whether the prices are changed, because there's always tickets changing, and just compare them. A few other sites that I do look through, there's a phone app you can get, Skyscanner, and they will compare different airlines throughout the world. You know, you just punch in the dates and the where you're going, and it'll give you the cheapest price. Fair Compare's another one. I Know the Pilot, you know, and they will get you the best price from all the different competing airlines. But getting into Bangkok and Laos, yeah, Air Asia's been the cheapest I've been able to find. Yeah, it's as budget as hell, but you know, that's why I like flying at night. I can just about sleep anywhere and just get on that plane and snooze. I'm not worried about the comfort as long as it gets me there. Well, while I was looking at flights, besides punching in for Sydney to Vientiane, I actually checked for Sydney to Bangkok direct through Air Asia, and yesterday they were selling tickets for $229. So there's, you know, $460 return if you wanted to go to Bangkok and back. And if you join that up to the overnight train from Bangkok to Udon Thani, you know, there's $30. You know, so there's another reason why I was catching the train. Besides it being comfortable and it's something different, an overnight train with sleeper bunks and things like that, it's very cost efficient also. You know, it's not always about the vacation, is it, guys? You know, the best part of traveling is the actual getting there, I think. You know, that's where all the adventure is.